we actually decided to keep the car because of everybody, what they were telling me on the YouTube when I said I was going to think about changing the car. It makes actually sense to keep this car. It's 5 years old. It goes like a brand new car. It's got all the bells and whistles that I'm happy with. It's not overcomplicated with the electric. This, sensors that, sensors the others. That could all go wrong at one time or another, and I wouldn't imagine it'd be cheap to get them repaired. So we made a couple of improvements to this car, and one of the biggest improvements, and I've got to say probably one of the best improvements we made to the car, it wasn't too expensive. We upgraded the screen on the car, and I'll show you. This is now a 10-inch screen, so I've got my channel on there so I don't get any feedback with regard to copyright channels and things like that. But this is a 10-inch screen. Before, I'll show you a picture of the one that was in before. It was only a 7-inch screen, so it's absolutely fantastic. The quality of this is really good. You can make it in full screen if you want. So basically, if the wife goes shopping at the market, you can sit and watch the YouTube channels or wherever while she does the shopping and things like that. It's really, really good. And again, as I say, you just scroll around and just pick wherever you want. You know, there you go, there's another channel. And it's quite quick, obviously, depending on your internet connection type of thing. But we've got it off the telephone. So we have a personal hotspot link from the phone to the screen itself. Now, basically, to give you a rough idea, it's about the size of an iPad. And there's the size of the iPad. So as you can see, it's roughly the same size, marginally smaller, but it gives a very, very good picture. And as I say, with this, what we liked about it as well is if you go through the screen, and we have extra on this because we got it all in total. This is one of the other things that we've got is a cam recorder. So this records all of the journey, and this is what it is. Can you see that there? Yeah, you can see that there. So that records all the time, and as I say, it records. So if we have an accident, something like that, then we can actually go to the camcorder footage and it records it. And we also have when I turn the keys on, a rear camera as well. They fitted that as well. So the whole lot fitted for this, and the road cam and the camera at the back was 8,500. For me, it's worth every penny. And to say, if you've got a Netflix type of thing, you can use your Netflix. What I've got is the radio stations that are on there. So I've turned the volume down a bit because I don't want any copyright, because as soon as it hears a little bit of a song, you might get a copyright strike on YouTube. So again, there's all the stations, you know, that you can just clip onto any one of them. And so all the English stations that you ever want to think of, we use that when we're driving as well. And the other thing that we've got on this is the maps. The Google Maps is very, very good. So as you can see, there we go. It's clicked it within, you know, a minute or so. So you start your directions. So you've got a full screen of this. But basically what you can do with this also is you can have a split screen. So half the screen can be for your Google Maps and the other screen can be for YouTube videos or something like that. So this is it on the split screen. At this one we've got YouTube on this side and I've got the maps on that side type of thing. So you can have it the other way around. You can have YouTube on that side and you can have maps on this side. It is good. I'm still learning with it at the end of the day. You've got AirPlay with it as well, so it can play straight off your iPhone. So it's worth it. And the name of this device that we have got is, and it's the Blue Wave Car Audio, and that's the name of the company that this radio belongs to. So this is the old unit that used to be in there. So basically what they did, they changed all of the front coverage so it could adopt a new screen, and as I said, this one was 7 inches going across there. Quite a big bulky thing in comparison to the new one that's in there, which about the same size as an iPad. So that's what they did. They just replaced that, made it into a 10-inch, and that's why we're keeping the car. And so the camera on the back is a good little addition. As I say, we never had that before, so that really is good for keeping an eye on what is behind you. It's got the sensors on it anyway, and the bonus, we get 600 baht a year off our insurance as well because we have the camera. It's a neat little thing. It's all wired in. The company that did it wired everything in. So we went for some shopping, and about an hour later we came back and everything was done. So 8,500 baht, and it's worth every penny. So yes, we decided to keep the car, and There's listening to people on the YouTube why we're getting rid of it and things like that. It's 5 years old. We don't owe any debt on it now because we paid for it over a 4-year period. It goes like a good one. It's only got 73,000 kilometres now. It was 70,000 kilometres when we looked around at changing it. And I listened to what everybody was saying, and it shocked me when people said that Nissan might be going into administration. Well, looking further into that, Nissan, it looks like they may be doing a collaboration with Honda and Mitsubishi. So Nissan, Mitsubishi and Honda are going to join forces and do a car together. Fingers crossed that comes off, and it should be quite a good car. But yeah, I understand what people were saying, and I listened to what people were saying, and I acted on that. And thanks very much for all those people who commented and made their suggestions as to the reasons for keeping the car, the reasons for getting rid of it. It's the second Nissan that I've had in the 13 years I've been here, and Nissan, I've got to say, has never ever let me down. It's cheap to maintain, it's cheap to run, it's a good sized car. If I have one fault with it, because it's not a hatchback, the rear seats don't fall down. If it was a hatchback, for me it'd be the perfect car. But never mind, hey ho, the boot is big enough. It's never really hindered us with all the things that we've done. We've always managed to fit everything into it. So anybody that's considering even a second-hand Nissan Almera, go for it, because it's worth it. Have it looked at by the mechanics, obviously, before you buy it. But I wouldn't not recommend buying a Nissan Almera, because it's a wonderful car. It's got all the bells and whistles on that we want. As I said, the car that we looked at had electric sensors for this, electric sensors for that, electrified everything type of thing, which in my mind is just more things to go wrong. I like the basic cars where you just go in, put the key in and start it, and away it goes. You've got no problems then. But that's in my mind. So for all those people who were inquiring and asking about it, I hope this suffices, this video. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much for those people that put their pennies worth and put it in the comments. Very much appreciated. So until the next time, bye for now.